tonight I'm going to finally finish removing the remaining parts I need from the black parts car that I need to manual swap the other car. So I need to remove the clutch pedal, brake pedal, which will also include the slave lines, it's hard and soft line. To start, I'm going to drain the fluid, rid as much out of the reservoir as I can. So I drained a bunch out of the reservoir, but because the reservoir is kind of broken, split into it's like 2/3 brakes, 1/3 clutch. That back section I can't really get to, but I think it's low enough that it won't make too much of a mess. If anything, I just have to kind of plug the reservoir and I might have some fluid on the ground, but I'm gonna kind of button some things back up here and then move on to the pedals. So the inside of this is gross, but the trim underneath, or the cover underneath the columns gone, along with like the metal bracket that bolts there as well. That's already removed. So it gives me pretty good access to the pedals. Now with E36s, the pedal box is the same from an automatic to a manual. The only difference is the brake pedal is smaller on the manual cars. And like the pedal box has, even on the automatic cars, the spot for the clutch pedal. So I don't have to take the whole pedal box out. I just need these two pedals. So I'm gonna get started on removing those. So both pedals are out. Brake pedal's super easy, and I'm probably going to throw the automatic brake pedal in this car to make it so that it still has some sort of brakes. I don't know if the e-brake works, so just kind of as a backup. Might do that, might not, but the clutch is out. The clutch master cylinder is still in. That has a soft line coming into the top, and then the hard line going down to the slave cylinder at the bottom. There's a bolt in the back that's loose, but I can't quite get the bolt out itself. So what I'm going to do is disconnect the soft line from the reservoir, disconnect the slave cylinder from the master. That should kind of give me a little wiggle room. So that I got to do up underneath the hood. So the soft line comes in here at the top of the reservoir. So I'm actually going to just pop that off here and then try and get that bolt out and then try and pull the master into the car. Sometimes it has like a brake fitting style on it, or it has a clip. So I need to push that through, disconnect that. And then that leads down here, so this is the clutch line. The snake's underneath the brake master, and then it's bolted to a bracket there. There we go, that's out. So now with that out, I should be able to kind of pull the master through the chassis. Cool. So this one is the clip. There we go. Clip is out. So now I'm simply going to remove the master from the line and then go to the front of the car and I can pull the line out. And I actually, in order to give myself a little more room to kind of pull the master through, I removed the line from this bracket. So it has a fitting here, it twists out. But now the slave line is completely out of the car. And that's it for the pedals. So the pedals are all the way out. I kind of have them mixed around here. I'll have to do some reassembly and some organizing, but the pedals are there and all of the clutch lines are here. So some of this is going to need replaced. I just noticed some fraying on the soft line to the slave, and I'll probably remove, I believe this is a clutch delay valve, so probably remove that. Have a new slave to use for this. I'll reuse the master, the hard line, and then the feed off the reservoir. But the last thing I really need to remove from this today is the gauge cluster itself, because this cluster matches the mileage. It's out of the 328 that the M52 and the ZF were in. So that gives me a mileage matching, VIN matching, engine trans, and then the cluster to go along with it. So I think it has around 140, 150,000 miles. The car has about 220, So it's just nice to have all that matching. And then once that's out, I think I'm gonna maybe remove a couple of things from this, kind of leave it as is, and get it pushed outside so I can start working on the other car, and then slowly part this out the rest of the way. I need to leave it as a roller temporarily, just mainly to get it outside. I don't think I can fit my trailer in my garage and winch it along that way. I used to be able to do it at my old house, but I think this door might be a little narrower, and the garage is narrower, so it just makes it more difficult. From this car then, really the remaining pieces that I'll need are the 6-cylinder power steering pump and the front sway bar. I might do the whole rack, swap that over. The rack in the car currently leaks. This one doesn't look great either though, so I might have to figure something out there, but I definitely need this pump and I need that sway bar, but that can wait until the car's outside. This still has the California top I'll have to remove, which I'm not sure what the value is, but there should be some value there. It's got our style 44s, the doors. What else does this have? There's a diff in this car, the full rear subframe for an E30 guy. So there's still a lot to sell from this car, but I need to kind of shift gears, get this outside, and get the blue car in. But I'm gonna remove that cluster, and that's it for tonight.